Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Stellaris First Contact. So in today's episode we're going to be continuing the two-front war that we're currently in. Over here we'll be doing our raiding for pops, while over here we attempt to get territory taken. So we got him set up to take these two locations. And so we'll let him do that while we continue to raid up here in the north. Now I got all of our planets building stuff. Again, focusing on alloys and a bit on unity as well. And we had a battle over here. That was just against that starbase. And then we analyzed that one debris. I want to say there's debris somewhere else to be analyzed. Is it up here? Yeah, it's up here. So do we want to send them all the way up there? I mean, there's nothing else to analyze over here, and thus nothing else for him to do. Also, there's a fleet here that's gonna be able to attack our troops here. We're about to land though, so I think we're just gonna let them. I mean, there's not really anything else for them to do. Let's just hope they don't attack us. So we need to come back down here then, and we'll have to wait to take this. I was worried about that we'd have difficulty coming back down here once we went back up north. Let's just hope they don't destroy them, and let's go ahead and get that science ship over here coming over to scan this, to research these projects. Now they do have a fleet that might come after us, so when we get over there we'll want to set them to be on passive rather than evasive, so they don't leave as soon as the fleet comes to attack, because they'll be protected. There's no real reason for them to leave the system. So we're now doing the invasion, but one thing I did want to mention regarding the buildings is I did try to focus on getting those buildings that will boost the production that's already on the planet. So, you know, energy grids here on Shiny's Cave. Let's see what else we've got. There's a couple other ones. Mineral purification plants on like storing mines or any other mining planets. And then on the, you know, the food ones, you got the food processing facility. But I'm looking for another one that we got. These here will boost the tech on our tech planets. I've made Titan into a tech world. Now there's one more, the Ministry of Production. And so we will see a dip in the amount of resources that we're producing here, because those all cost rare resources. So hopefully we don't go to negative. We'll have to wait and see. Because yeah, I did focus on building those. And so right when we're landing on the planet and doing this invasion here, which should be pretty easy to get done, we've lost the system. Okay, so we're kind of stuck on the planet right now, because if we leave then we'll get attacked. Let's see if we can't get this fleet destroyed before they take off. There we go. Alright, so we got them into the battle and hopefully destroyed all three of those cruisers. We did. Alright, excellent. Okay, so we finished the invasion. We need to take this system back over, I believe. Or it might be almost ours. Looks like I've got a couple notifications over here. So we did kidnap 2 pops, and both of those are those lithoid pops. And we got our fleet command limit increased. Alright, excellent. So let's go ahead and get the increased naval capacity. Now we're going to need to make those adjustments to our fleets now, since we can increase the size. I've also went ahead and made the 3rd fleet up. Of course, we don't have any ships in there except for those 4 ship smasher class ones that were already in there. But yeah, we do have it made up so we can add to them slowly as we get more alloys. So what I want to do here is add in another battleship here. And we do have space for more. However, we need to increase the size of this one as well. So this one is actually going to be larger than this one. So we have room to increase the size of this a bit. So let's go ahead and get 2 more cruisers, and I think that'll make them about the same size here. And we still got some more space, but it's fine for now because obviously we don't have the alloys. All right, so with the construction ship, they did finish getting the dark matter here. So I suppose we'll continue with the construction of the hyper relays. I know that we do need to be building ships as well. I really want to get this hyper relay network finished up here. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh, these guys do need to be given new orders. Let's have them come down here, and hopefully they can grab that real quick. So I did want to see how many pops are left on this planet. Looks like we're not raiding more this must be the battle. Yep, they did attack us. So we destroyed 5 corvettes, 4 frigates, and a cruiser. And so now we have another location to research here. And so that's 2 total here. Let's see how many pops are left. There's 10. 10 pops remaining. And it looks like we were successful in spreading the disinformation. So while some in positions of power may suspect our existence, the secret remains concealed to the public. So that's a -20 for awareness. So let's just take a look at where they stand now. So they're partially aware, still questioning. So we might want to do it again if we're really wanting to keep them, disinformed. And we have, yeah, we can pay that cost. So let's go and commence that. Alright, so I never got rid of that notification, but what's this one? This is us taking control of this system. Alright, so let's go and move over to... That's interesting. Why are they saying there's no route? That's strange. There's no route for the selected fleet to reach this system. Huh. I wonder why we can't go to that system. Yeah, that's really strange. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Got another pop taken, and this was a different pop. A Zri. So let's take a look at what species that is. They went to Starry Mines. Just make sure that this is a good location for them, and just see who they are as well. So they have a Gaia world preference. So that's not a good one to have. Because basically they don't like living anywhere else. You can get them on a relic world though, and that's probably the best location for them. Though they don't really have anything that would make them good for our relic world, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to move them over to the relic world. Although it is a lithoid, so because they're a lithoid, they might not have horrible habitability over here, but again, with the Gaia world one, it could be. Let's just take a look again at Story Mines and see what their habitability is. So it's 65%. It could be much better. We're probably just going to move them, resettle them over to our relic world, Grok Citadel. There we go. Now we do have a lot of unemployed over here, but I'm building on the planet currently, so that's fine. We got a lot of stuff building over there. We did increase the size of this. You know, I didn't think about the fact that, we're about to take all this, we might not need to increase the size of that anymore. So we're just going to leave it as is. Also, I don't really expect them attacking us here. They do have a fleet right there now. Or excuse me, a starbase there. So technically they could build in any of these starbases if they have the proper stuff. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why we can't go to the system here. I mean, it's unsurveyed, but I mean, like, we didn't survey any of these. Maybe because we had to take that? It looks like we had to take that over. I thought we had taken it over, but apparently not. So we have our troops on this planet. We're going to go ahead and let them take off now. And then we'll have them go to this planet as soon as we take that system over. So we're getting a bunch of pops over here. We got the Praku pops now, and those are all on Bria Laura. Let me just take a look. Bria Laura does seem to get a lot of these pops here. So they have a continental preference. So I'm not sure why they're going to Bria Laura. Though I don't know if we have very many of those type of planets. I think we have some. But yeah, these lithoids will give us rare crystals. Okay, so these guys are pretty good. Yeah, these aren't too bad at all because you're getting the rare crystals, good at physics, research, and of course they're the lithoids as well. So let's move those. I mean, they don't have to. I guess because they're lithoids, we could keep them there. Though there's just better places for them, honestly. We'll have to kind of look at all of our pops and stuff once we're done with this work, because they're clearly not moving them to the best locations. I don't feel like messing with it every time we get a new pop. Alright, let's go move to the next location now. And this one has a decent sized starbase here. For the time period, I mean. We're going to completely depopulate that planet. They're going to have to recolonize it. So we'll get this destroyed here. And is our science ship up here yet? Almost. They're making their way. Moving at pretty good speed overall. And it looks like we didn't destroy any of those ships outside of the... Well, okay, that was the that wasn't a ship, that was a starbase. We got the transport ships destroyed. Excellent. So now there's 2 planets here. Oh, excuse me. There's a habitat. So we got to take that as well in order to gain control of the system. So we'll go ahead and land there. There shouldn't be any army here. Yeah, no armies here. Generally, habitats don't usually have armies because they don't have the buildings that produce them. This is the moon I need to select. This one has an army of 280. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get our transport ships. Taking this first, and then we'll take this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and move along. We'll go to this location next. Just keep on pushing forward. Do they have another decent size starbase? Yeah, another one here. Now, given we are significantly more powerful than them, so it's still not difficult battles here. The science ship's trying to get away. Did we get any of them? We did not. Not losing any of our ships though, so that's what we want to see. Alright, so let's go ahead and maybe swing down and then back up. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll get these 2 taken, and then we'll yeah, we're gonna have to go there. We'll have to come back down and get these, and then we'll come get all the rest of these. Just make sure they can't build any ships on this side of things anymore. They gotta come up this way from over here. Alright, so the invasion has been successful. Because again, they didn't have any troops there. So let's go ahead and land on the next planet. I guess that's technically a moon, isn't it? Our construction ship is done, and that's the last system over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and have them move. Might just get rid of this one. We are getting all these new systems, so it looks like everything's already been capitalized over here. Yeah, I think we're good. We just don't have the alloys to be having 2 of these guys running around doing the hyper relays. Not doing that and building ships. So let's go and disband them. And then we'll go ahead and get the alloys going to our fleets. So we'll reinforce this fleet here. So yeah, the war's going pretty well. Not really surprising. That hasn't been a difficult one. And shouldn't have lost anything against this outpost because it's just a small star base. And our governor has become intellectual. Okay, so which one is that? Because this one here is also intellectual, but has the arrested development. So we might want to move them because this is where our 2 science locations are. So let me just see here. It's not that one. It's not that one. Is it all the way down here? Yeah. So we do have the one Tech World Titan, but yeah, it's not worth. I think we're gonna move this character. Yeah. Let's go and do that. It's level 5. So that's even a higher skill level. So this really should be where our best character is. So let's go ahead and move. Is it from... One interesting thing that somebody suggested a few videos ago is changing the name of Bird Space to Bird Cage. So let me know down in the comments what you think about that name change for that sector. But yeah, let's go and put this governor in charge of our main sector, and then we're just basically switching these 2. And then put her in charge over here. Alright, excellent. So yeah, I didn't like that we had that one kind of cruddy governor in charge of our main sector, but they're the ones that had the intellectual trait, so it made sense to have her there. So we did finish up this invasion. All right, excellent. I don't know how many troops we lost. Looks like we didn't lose any. I think we just had 10 to begin with. Just need to build our strength back up. But yeah, let's move over to this location now. We got another planet here to land on. Let me just take a look and see. It's 251. That's not too bad. We'll just come over here because I want to make sure they get their strength built up before we land. And you can see they got troops all across here. So that's a bit of a problem if they tried to use those troops to land on the planets. They look pretty weak though, so. We got an event, Gang Wars on Hospilov. A bitter feud has been brewing for months between the two largest criminal organizations on Hasselhoff. It has now finally come to a head. Vicious fighting has erupted in streets and alleys across the planet, and it is rapidly spreading into residential areas. Our local security forces are doing what they can to contain the violence, but the sheer scale of fighting has left them overwhelmed. So it's a war zone. So we got the gang wars modifier added. Increasing crime and criminal jobs. Place is a mess. As designed. We wanted to be that way, I suppose. Alright, so we could sweep down here, but let's just go and get this taken so they can't build any more stuff. We also got that artisan output. Alright, excellent. So that'll increase the consumer good production. And for the next thing, none of these are anything that we actually need at this moment. Eventually might need that. Yeah, I guess we'll get that. And we did destroy some transport ships and a science ship as well, and a construction ship. So we got some other stuff destroyed. So we want to take a look at our other fleet here and see how we're doing on this planet. Like what's left. There's only 2 pops. Yeah, we're just going to completely depopulate it. Then we'll move to the next location. They're going to keep on attacking us here. Now, that science ship, so they're cloaked, but I think we still need to set them to passive here. So they don't leave every time we get attacked there. Yeah, they keep on sending these feudal attacks at us. But at least they're trying. They're not giving up on their people. So let's go and grab these 3 locations, and then we'll come down. Maybe it'd be, yeah, it might be more efficient to go ahead and grab these 2 first. And then come back up and grab these ones. Now, I don't like all these troops that are sitting everywhere. So they might end up going after these locations again. So how are we doing here? 251. So it's going to land our army and attack them there. Yeah, they got all kinds of little armies over here that we need to get destroyed. And our construction ship is done as well. So let's go ahead and get them building a new hybrid relay right there. And also, we can further increase the strength. Well, maybe not. Okay, we don't have the ability to get any those larger ships, just not enough alloys. We did get that naval capacity. All right, excellent. So now we got it up to 306. Psionic theory. Now I don't, obviously we're not going with the psionics because we already went with the genetic route. But you can still get some of these techs, and this would reduce our empire size from pops, which we're getting a lot of our empire size from the pops. In fact, the majority of it. So this would be super useful, and that's probably the thing we're going to get. Yeah, let's get that. Because it would reduce our technology and tradition costs. So we did destroy 1 corvette and 1 cruiser over here as they continue to attempt those attacks. And you know what, let me send this guy to research all these projects here. And they should be going back there to get those last 2 pops. And they'll be completely depopulated, and then we'll need to move to the next location. We'll just keep pushing forward as long as the war is going on down here, which we do need to work on our claims because we're about to get the last system here as soon as we land on that planet. Yeah. We'll need to avoid taking the planet over there. Yeah, we're really short on claims, and I want to get the rest of these. How much is this going to cost? This is getting really expensive. I don't think we'll be able to get all this, which is unfortunate because it's going to result in a very ugly situation here where they have these 3 systems. Yeah, not pretty. Might be able to get that one and then just leave them these 2, but... Okay, well that's what we can do for now. So let's go and add that one. But basically we need to add more. We have successfully invaded over here though. So does that mean we're in complete control? We are. Alright, excellent. Unless they try and retake it. So now we need to come to this location here and land on this planet. They got a garrison of 233. So we should be able to be successful in that. And we're not even losing any troops either, surprisingly. I would think that we'd lose at least a few units here. Although maybe I should wait let's let them get up to strength again, and then we'll do the attack. Because they're doing the attack so quickly. Alright, so these guys are going to now sweep through and take the rest of this here. We did finish up another tech, moving through these techs very rapidly. Got those chemical plants. Now a lot of these are the quicker ones, so that's a reason for it. So I said I'd talk about this when we got to it. The sapient combat computers. So this is the next level of the combat computers here. And so this is as far as you can go without getting those dangerous techs. Now, as far as how this actually matters, basically it's just giving you a nice boost. It's giving you a better combat computer. And there's not really any ill effects of that, except for one exception. When you have certain endgame crises that happen. So there's 3 endgame crises. Some might count the War in Heaven as an endgame crisis, but it's technically not. It's something different. But yeah, you have 3 endgame crises that can happen, and one of them is like a machine invasion from, I don't know, kind of reminds me of the Reapers, I suppose. Kind of similar to that from the Mass Effect universe. And so if you have that invasion, which you might not get it, because again, there's 3 separate invasions. In a normal playthrough, you can only have one of those. Of course, we turned it on where we can have all 3 of them, technically. Though I don't know how well that works, because I've turned on all 3 on my other playthrough, and I had one, and I haven't seen the other 2 yet, even though I'm pretty far along. So I don't know if the other 2 are going to happen or not. I'll have to see. But yeah, you can have at least one of these, and if we have the AI invasion, then with this component on your ships, they can take control of your ships from you if you have that endgame crisis. Now, of course, we're pretty far from the end game. I suppose we're not that far. We're around 75 years away. So that's, you know, certainly not close, but if we have this happen and we get the machine one, then this would be a danger to have on your ships. So it's kind of a trade-off, because, you know, you can keep them in place until that happens, or you can you know, just remove them if it does. It's kind of your choice if you want to invest in that or not. But I think that's the only negative of these, is in that one specific scenario. I don't know that it makes sense for orcs to have a sapient combat AI, though. It is a nice bonus. It's very useful to have. Increases your combat power a lot. But not having that, is that really that bad of a handicap for us, considering how powerful we are? We have the most powerful fleet in the universe, or in the galaxy, I should say. I think, other than, of course, like Fallen Empires. So yeah, maybe we should give ourselves that little handicap and not use those. It might not make sense for orcs. Let me know what you guys are thinking. But let's go ahead and get another tech here. I suppose we can get the shield capacitors, because it's quick. So we'll go for that one. We're getting some of these quick techs knocked out. And we're still waiting for this to go here. We already know that it's going to be the Comfort of the Fallen. We've seen that. Unemployed workers have their unhappiness penalty reduced by 10%, so that's helpful. Unity from jobs is nice, but the diplomatic weight from tech, that's going to hit us. Because I feel like we're getting a good amount of points from tech, but I don't know. We have to look. 1041. I mean, we're certainly, yeah. We've got a lot more tech than most of the empires out there, though not all of them. I mean, everybody's pretty close around here. I mean, we've kind of taken off past everybody, and that's pretty good considering the fact we don't have very many envoys assigned. But yeah, everybody else is pretty close. A lot of times you'll see like 3 or 4 empires that are just way above everybody else. And maybe that's one reason why people aren't supporting the council, because I don't know if they'll be on it. I think it's probably more likely because people don't like the country that proposed it, though. You can kind of hover over these to see why. So this is an ethics issue. But you can see it's a 12% reduction because of an opinion. So yeah, I don't know. But sometimes if somebody really disliked proposes something, that can result in it not passing. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to get rid of it if you know you're not able to veto things. Which we are not. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see that pass, that one law. That's going to happen, as we expected. No surprise there. Alright, so they're moving over through these systems here. Our transport fleet is still healing up here. So wait for them to finish up. Maybe they're fully healed at 391. It looks like it. I don't see it go back up. Alright, I thought they had a higher combat strength, but let's go and land here. We've almost got this fleet built up. They're at 16 of the 20 that we sent or set them up to build, and they only have 1,000 combat strength. There's 1,000 something, but not as high as we needed that. General gained a trait. He's a substance abuser. Our orcs seem to get a lot of negative traits, don't they? Alright, so the invasion's over, so now we have full control of this system. So basically, the war would be over. I don't know if we claimed... We did claim these two, so you still got to seize those. But essentially, the war would be over once we land there and then take those two systems. So we will not land here until we're ready for the war to be over. And I'd like to make additional claims. I don't know, though, guys. We can keep the war going for as long as we can to try and get these. But that's... What's it, like 4 systems we have to claim, or is it 3? It's 3 systems we have to claim. Yeah, the chances of us getting enough influence for that, yeah, I'm not expecting we will. So we did get that to reanalyze. All right, excellent. I think there's 3 debris over here. No, there's 2. Or maybe we already did 1. But there's 1 left, basically. Is the point.
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
So can we add to these guys? Yeah, we can, but you know what? We should really focus on adding to them. We'll see if there's anything left over. There's not. Those battleships are expensive. Alright, so took in that system, and now there's only these 2 systems remaining, and then we'll come and wipe out these troops here. Make sure they can't just land on one of our planets easily. And we did get the ability to get the next tradition. Alright, excellent. So remember, none of these really matter which one we do. Since you're to wait to do anything with our species until we have all of them. So this science ship here is freed up, and I don't think there's anything for us to do with them. There could be more battles over here. You know, if there's more stuff to research, then we'll send him back over here, send her back over here. But for now, we'll just have her assist research. Alright, so we did have another battle. Where is this at? Okay, we attacked here, but nothing to analyze. And we did get those cannons. Excellent, so we'll need to upgrade our ships again. I think we'll do that now. Just go and stop. There's also some torpedoes. I don't think we have anything using torpedoes. I was going to make a torpedo cruiser, but I haven't done that yet. So we don't actually have anything that's using torpedoes. And we might be able to get some more of that research from... the ships we destroy. Let's go ahead and do... I think we're going to do the Citadel, guys. This is a longer one. But yeah, we're going to get that. And we're going to want to go ahead and stop the ships that are building. Okay, so we're going to need to go... I don't know where they set those up. It looks like it's here. So we need to stop all these from building here. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like we got anything else building. And then go ahead and get those ships updated. And I think the only thing we have for them is the new cannons, but since it's the main gun we're using, we definitely want to get it updated. Alright, so I got all of our ships updated. So we'll have to send the ships back home to update them, of course, but obviously we're not going to do that during this war. So it was probably unnecessary to update those, but the reason why I did it is so that any new ships we built would have them. So let's go ahead and add to our main fleet here. And we got those shield capacitors. I don't know if I would have put those on any of our ships. Maybe. Eventually we would. But for right now, I think we're going to leave them as is. So, nothing really great here. I mean, these are good for defense. Yeah, nothing that we actually need here, guys. So I think we're just going to go for the quickest one. Just so we can refresh everything. Alright, so we've destroyed that construction ship, taken that outpost here. And so now, oops, I wanted to get rid of that. The only thing we got left to do is go ahead and destroy these 2 armies. And then we'll come and start attacking down this way. How large is this starbase? 11.3 thousand. I guess so they built it up a little bit. That's the most challenging starbase we've seen thus far. And we do have the alloys to continue building over to Titan, so let's go ahead and do so. And I suppose we're going to come up to here. I'm going to get the next tech. That's at Empire size from Pop, so that'll be really helpful. But to get techs quicker and traditions quicker. As for the next one, it's got a couple concerning food here. Food's in a really great place, though. Let's get the habitability. Overall, we're doing pretty good across the board here, though. Our economy's doing nicely. And they finally opened borders. I thought we've been friendly with them for some time, but they just now opened borders with us. No deals or anything we can do. They're so weak compared to us. So we got that improved reactor, improved reactor boost. Here's the third level. Yeah, still nothing great here, guys. Okay, I guess we'll go for this one then. So we'll get fast research. That's a longer one as well, though, 37 months. But you gotta get those eventually. I typically like waiting, though, until they feel really cheap. Until you're getting, like, a lot of research, and where that's not very expensive. But I guess it's good to get it early on. Alright, so we were successful in spreading disinformation again. So maybe they'll disband their XCOM. I don't know if they actually do that, but we've gotten the awareness really low. They're still questioning, though. But yeah, we were successful in decreasing the awareness to a pretty low level at this point. I'm not too worried about it anymore. And Badlands, this is just a problem with them not being able to work what we've got set up for them here. Because yeah, I don't think they can do those jobs. The metallurgist and the researcher job. Yeah, that's the problem with them. They got to have worker jobs. So it's got to be like one of these jobs over here. So I guess we'll give them a... Could also move them, but we'll just give them another mining district to kind of cover those jobs. Probably same thing over here. You know what? They can leave, though. Yeah, it looks like they're going to leave, and I think it's best that they do. Get out of there, man. This is a terrible planet to be on. Got crime problems. Bounty ice. Similar situation. They're attempting to leave here. Unless we build one of these 3 buildings here. Which, with bounty ice, we've been focusing on these ones. So, yeah, I don't think it makes sense to... We'll just let them leave. And how are we doing on this army? We're at 19 of our 20 built. We might need to take a closer look at how powerful these guys are. So we're looking at 1.8 thousand. They don't have a general yet, so a general is going to increase their abilities. So let's go ahead and see who we got. I mean, they might increase their abilities. Yeah, it won't actually do so. I mean, you get the little boost from the level 1. I guess reduce the army upkeep, because this army is expensive. Yeah. We'll do that. Save us a little bit of money here. We're at 133 currently. We'll see just how much that saves us. Yep, quite a bit. That's helpful. So yeah, they're not very strong, though. At just 1.8 thousand. I mean, that's pretty strong for what we built so far, but not what we needed them to be at. They get one more. I think we're going to need to build more, though, guys. So let's go ahead and build a few more Gene Warrior troops. Because remember, we're going to lose some of these. That can be expected. And we just have far too many troops here. We're going to need to make it so that certain units, certain species don't produce units. So that we can just reduce this list just down to what we actually want to use. So yeah, Gene Warrior Orc Army. We're going to get like 2 more of those. And that's going to be good enough, I hope. We'll see. So we can do that event. And we should be getting these guys here destroyed. Alright, so it looks like... Well, we're not attacking them. Where are they at? Yeah, I'm not seeing them anywhere. In the system. Oh, there they are. So let's go hurry up and get over there and get them attacked. Get them destroyed. Or at least they'll take off. And we have too many minerals. So we need to sell those. So let's go and sell a little batch of those. Maybe sell some food as well. A little bit of consumer goods. And then use that money to, of course, buy more alloys. What else would we do with that? Our fleet is at full strength. Alright, excellent. Now given they still have to get some of those ships to the fleet, or get them constructed, yeah, they're at full strength. So let's go ahead and start working on this one now, and get them their extra battleships. Alright, so we're done over here, so let's go to this starbase next, the 11.3 thousand, and attack that one. We're at 46.5 thousand for our current fleet. Might be some other ships heading down here soon. There still is this one transport. Okay, well, we're not going to fight that. Oh, it's a bunch of transports.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Now we got a couple planets we have to take here. We got our army here, but remember we can't take this or else we'll end the war. And we don't want to do that. You got that habitability? Alright, excellent. Maybe more naval capacity. Can also get more fleet command limits so we can increase the size of those. But we've got another third fleet here we need to work on, so I think naval capacity is what we should get. Because that's one of the things that'll be limiting us on building up that third fleet. And are these guys still raiding? I haven't seen them do it for a little while. Can they take the last 2 pops? I don't know. Let me just take a look here. So they cannot abduct or kill the last pop. So maybe they're just growing the second one. They just keep growing the second one, so we take that one. But yeah, clearly we shouldn't be raiding here anymore. We should move to the next location. Although I think they're about to attack us. Yeah, they're going to attack us with 2 little old corvettes. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and destroy them real quick. And then we'll move to the next location. And then over here, we'll start raiding this planet.
Beginning attack run on enemy.
Alright, so after we grab that, let's go over here. And yeah, we'll start depopulating that planet. The construction ship currently isn't doing anything. So let's move over here and get the next hyper relay set up. Hyper relay network's looking pretty good. It's a little bit basic, but yeah, not too bad overall. So now we're engaging this starbase again. We are overwhelmingly powerful compared to it, but they are strong enough they could have like destroyed a corvette or something like that. Alright, so both of those have been dealt with. So let's go ahead and have them move throughout their space and get these locations. So I guess we'll go through here and grab that one, then go through all this. It doesn't really matter because I don't think there's any planets for us to take, which means that if we take all this over, I think they're completely destroyed. And so then we can just slowly take this, but of course we'll have to compete with our other neighbors for it, and we'll also have lack of influence because we're going to spend the last bit of influence we have on these. We almost have enough to get that one there. I'm going to try and get all 3, but yeah, it's a problem. We're just not earning it fast enough. But if we just keep the war going and just keep raiding, it's not like we don't have stuff to do in the conflict. You can always take their pops. So I'm looking for the planet here. Here it is. So let's go ahead and start raiding there. You know what we should have looked at? How many pops they have? 25 pops. So lots of potential slaves here. Okay, so we'll start raiding there. And, you know, it's a good place to raid as well because they can't get past us to go to the rest of the space here. Alright, so we have had success in these locations here. So we've taken both of those over. So now we're moving to the next one. And then we'll move from there. Let's go ahead and set this up now. We'll move from there over to this one here. Alright, so they did have a corvette there that we had to destroy. Oh, it looks like that was over on the other side. I see. Now the minor military sanctions was passed. Okay, I thought it was a different one that was under debate. Okay, so that means that we're now getting a penalty to our naval capacity and diplomatic weight from fleet power. So we've got to come in compliance now. I knew that once one of those passed, I was going to come into compliance. It's unfortunate. This is going to take a pretty big hit on our consumer goods, and most importantly, we don't want to give. We don't want to change this up. So a little irritating. And we'll have to like set the default rights as well. Let me see, is there... You think there would be a way, and there might be, to just come into compliance. Like the way that event does. It'd be nice if we could just change it all at once. What if we just clicked on this? Because it's not anything here. Okay, so yeah, we're really going to have to do it by each species. Can you select multiple species? Never tried that before. Nope. So we have to get all these changed up. Now, you could make an argument to maybe free up some of these pops, make them so they're not slaves anymore, it's not quite as liberating as you would think. It's still more liberating because then you can have the stratified economy, which still results in workers being more expensive for upkeep than decent conditions, but those workers will have less political power. Now, of course, none of this affects slavery, though. Slaves are all the same regardless. The stratified economy you can't even have for slaves. So no matter what, you're kind of getting the same effect there. But yeah, freeing them would still give them higher upkeep. And yeah, obviously, because they'll be going to workers. So they'll be going from the slaves of 0.05 to the worker of 0.10. And obviously they're going to get more political power as well, but not quite as much as you'd expect if you had it on decent conditions. But yeah, we have no choice here but to switch them to decent conditions now, unless we free them up. And then we can do the stratified economy. So if we wanted to do that, we'd like set them from slaves to just residents. So you can make an argument to do that with some. Goblins, I feel like, gotta stay on the chattel slavery. That's a lot of people wanted me to free them up, but I'm like, no, these guys are our workers, man. This is we're gonna make them workers. But yeah, it really sucks. We gotta put them on the decent conditions. I'm irritated that law passed. It would have been preferable if it hadn't. Also, one thing we look at is if we want to keep them as soldiers. Basically, if they don't have any bonuses, or even worse, they have penalties, there's really no reason to allow them to be soldiers. Let's make them exempt from it, because it's not like we're ever going to recruit from anyway. All it does is crowd up the soldier screen. So yeah, let's go ahead and take away their soldier rights as well, exempt them from it. If they just don't have any bonus, then yeah, a lot of these guys everybody's weak. So that was really annoying with all the pops that we have. So I did keep these guys here with the right to be soldiers only for our military. Probably should have kept them as well, because they could, form those. I guess we won't get those units. Just because they're psychics doesn't mean you get those telepathic units. But they do have the resilient trait, so they would have been fine as being soldiers on certain planets, I suppose. So probably should have let them stay on it, but we can't change that again because I just changed it. So we'll have to wait again until 2238, 10 years to be able to do that. Yeah, I got them all switched over. Again, I just feel like there's got to be a button to get into compliance. I mean, they give you the opportunity to do so with those events, and that's one advantage, I suppose, of doing it then, is you don't have to worry about the mess that it creates. But it's fine. We got it done, guys. Switched them all over so that we're not getting those penalties. Because, yeah, we don't want to get the hit to our naval capacity or anything else. We don't want any penalties. And they're going to probably have more. We'll expect more penalties to be applied. Alright, so we're raiding over here now. And greatly reducing their overall strength with all these pops that we have enslaved to theirs. I guess we have to click on one of their systems here. And, yeah, you're going to see their economy weakening as well. So we got a pitched gang battle on Haspelov. So a pitched battle between the two major gangs of Haspelov was recently waged in one of the planet's largest urban centers. The body count is in the tens of thousands on both sides, and there was no clear winner. The savage fighting razed the city nearly to the ground, and most of its population were forced to flee. Alright, so 3 pops are going to die. Alright, so this is... I've had criminal planets before. You don't typically have this many issues with them, but yeah, these guys are acting wild over here, aren't they? Alright, so we lost some pops, but this is a very populated planet anyways. And you can see the crime is getting lower. Alright, so we've taken this location, and it looks like we lost the destroyer while doing so. So I was going to reinforce the fleet there, and also, do these guys need anything else? We're lacking the alloys. Okay, so now we're going to move over to this location. Again, none of this really matters. Just taking their stuff. So I'm not entirely sure. Looks like we just saw something there, maybe. Saw that station. 2 more slave pops. So yeah, definitely increasing the size of our population by a considerable amount with all these slaves. And so we probably need to sweep through here and make sure that we're constantly building with all these new slaves that are coming in. And so yeah, you're gonna have a lot of extra workers. And some of these planets, I just say let them move to somewhere else, and we'll just have them do that. Although I don't know why they're moving to Orcland. Yeah, that's probably not the best location. Again, the game doesn't seem to make good choices on where they're sending these pops, does it? We still can't clear any of these tile blockers here. But yeah, we'll go and get something. Well, I guess we're not gonna. We're just gonna let them leave. Yeah, we'll go on certain planets that, particularly if they can't move them off, or ones that, like, you know, we have jobs that they could do, like this one here. They could do the farming jobs, so we'll build 2 of those. But otherwise, we'll just let them move to somewhere else, even if it's a stupid place that they choose to move them to. So we still need to update these ships as well. So I have to keep that in mind. We'll need the alloys for that. And also grab this station. So let's have them set up to grab these 3, or these 2, excuse me. And then this one. Man, we were taking those pops rapidly, aren't we? We did get the increased research. And again, nothing really exciting. So I guess we'll go with the encryption. Takes 29 months to get that.
Beginning attack run on enemy.
So yeah, we're getting a lot of population from this. Probably a lot of instability as well. A lot of slaves. Our slave population is going to become to the point where it's going to vastly outnumber the rest of our population. And so that's going to become a problem. Alright, so this is the one we want to send to go research this. Yeah, I think it's going to become a problem in the future. So that's another reason to maybe free somebody up. I was waiting to decide who I wanted to free up for once we started messing with their genetics and stuff, and seeing who would be a good choice to be you know, maybe not working alongside our orcs, because nobody's going to get citizen rights. I don't think we can give them citizen rights because of our ethics and being xenophobic. But we can make them residents. Keep getting attacked here by these little tiny fleets. They're down to 12 population. That's how many people we have seized from that planet. Alright, so got those 2 corvettes. It's interesting how they don't give up, though. They just keep on sending troops after you. Sending ships after you, even though they have no chance of winning. So how much influence do we need to get these last 2 claims? Probably a lot, yeah. Okay, so we're going to need like 200. Probably 200 for that one, a little bit less than that one. Yeah, that's going to take a while, guys. It's fine, though. We'll take the rest of this stuff over. I mean, we're almost done. And then this ship can, I guess, go home and repair. There won't be anything else to do. There's still these 2 systems here. I don't know if we can go through their space. They probably have closed borders with us. I can see real quick. No, we can't go through their space. Alright, so let's go through here. And we'll get... I guess there's no reason to go over there. We'll get all this seized. And then we'll come over here and take that over. Yeah, we're just completely depopulating their empire. Every one of their pops. We didn't take any of their stuff over, but all their pops are going to be living in our empire. So we got increased naval capacity. All right, excellent. Increase the starbase capacity. That'd be useful. Yeah, I suppose that's the one we'll do. The habitability is cheaper, but yeah, we'll go for this one. We just increased habitability not that long ago. So let's go ahead and move to this location to do the hyper relay. And then I think we have the hyper relays going to all of our borders. Now, of course, there is the new territory over here that we're going to need to build in. So we could do to the planets. You know, get them into the places where there's planets. So that would be an option. Or you could just stop building the hyper relay network up to focus on other things that we need the alloys for, as we're constantly needing them. Let's go and reinforce that. And yeah, we got a whole fleet here that we haven't built out just yet. I'm trying to finish these 2. Let me see where we're at. Alright, so that one's at full strength. What about this one? It's at full strength as well, but we do need to upgrade them, so I suppose we should keep that in mind as well. And we got the citadels. Alright, excellent. So want to probably save up a little bit to get Orc Prime, to get their station increased. So I don't know that we're going to get the habitats in this playthrough. We'll take over habitats that we find out there. And this can be very powerful because you put these anywhere, and then you can just, you know, grow pops on them. But I don't think we're going to do that. You know, we're conquering a lot. We got a lot of planets. I just want to manage them, frankly. Now they are a little bit easier to manage because they don't have the high populations. There's as much stuff to build on there. You can only build like 4 or 5 buildings, and then they have very few districts. So they're easier to manage. But yeah, I don't think we're going to build those. They do cost alloys as well. Let's go for the city district housing here. Alright, so got another pop abducted and finished up this battle here. Unfortunately, that is actually going to have to be the end of today's episode. We'll let it go to the next month, get into September of 2329 here, but we'll have to end the video here. We'll come back next episode and finish up this war. Yeah, this shouldn't take that much longer. Again, the only problem, of course, is the influence. We're trying to save it up. I'm trying to think of some way that we could get more influence. Because, yeah, we need to increase our influence growth. I also want to take a look and see what the next thing to come up on the Senate floor will be, and it looks like it's going to be that Comfort the Fallen, which got pushed out at the last minute. I thought that was one that was going to pass, but yeah, it ended up being the other one, and requiring us to change up our laws so we can get back into compliance. Now, we no longer have that penalty there, and we'll see that the opinion with the other nations has increased. They're back to being friendly with us now that we're within compliance of galactic law. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.